New at 10, the drama continues between Dalton's mayor and the village's board of trustees after multiple members did not attend tonight's monthly meeting.
Just pay attention to who bring all the drama to your community. Where all the hecklers that's normally in the crowd. They're not here today. Where everybody that got something to say when everybody up here talking, giving their opinion.
I'm not going to stop her because she's behind bars.
The Tiffany Henyard saga seems to be getting out of control, and people won't stop until she's in jail. You may be asking why she isn't in jail yet, but hold on, because there is a ton of drama, shady deals, and secrets circulating about her that have now taken a startling turn as her own. Lawyer wants a key in a contentious board meeting. Ali is telling everything. This wasn't just any meeting, though. It was explosive. Her trusted legal advisor turned against her, giving shocking information that left everyone stunned. The lawyer didn't hold back, revealing secrets that may finally bring Henyard down. But now that all is known, there is still a significant question. Why is she still free? Let's dismantle this absurd circumstance and see how it can all fall apart for the so-called super mayor.
I'm out here jumping ship, I never was on the ship, the jumping ship. Always been.
Dramatic meeting in Dalton leads to even more controversy, this time over a new hire.
Not only did Mayor Tiffany Henyard make the hire without consent from the board, we're learning tonight the newest employee has a story.
There is no longer any doubt that Tiffany Henyard has engaged 2 criminal defense attorneys who have handled some of the most well-known cases in the nation. Since a strong defense is usually a good idea, many have understandably questioned why she needs such well-known criminal defense lawyers if she maintains her innocence. According to one of the attorneys Henyard hired, this case is much more complicated than it first seems, because he stood up for R. Kelly's former manager, who was facing severe allegations of illicit activity and witness tampering. Although Renly was able to get his client acquitted, his strategies were widely condemned. There have been claims that he trained witnesses to lie, interfered with evidence, and even bribed officials to win cases. Over the years, his methods, while effective in certain situations, have come under close examination. On September 3, 2015, one of the most significant scandals involving Brindley occurred when he faced 21 charges involving conspiracy and obstruction of justice. These accusations were connected to 6 federal cases in which he served as the defense attorney. Prosecutors accused him of unethical behavior, including improper witness coaching. Despite being cleared after a protracted legal battle, the case left many doubting his methods and ethics outside of the courtroom, as Brindley's behavior has been equally dubious. Several former clients have accused him of fraud, claiming he took their money but failed. His internet evaluations are replete with grievances from clients who felt misled and deceived after paying for his services, despite his assurances that he would do so. Henyard's recent decision to bring her 2 defense lawyers to a public meeting took an unexpected turn when Brindley and another lawyer, Ed McDavitt, spoke to the small group of people in Dalton Henyard. Rather than concentrating on the urgent problems at hand, the lawyers launched into a defense of Henyard. Renly made a number of audacious statements during the meeting, many of which were criticized for being untrue, while characterizing her as the only victim and placing the blame for the current unrest in the village on others. He falsely claimed that trustees lacked the authority to call meetings, and he said that the Open Meetings Act required a 10-day notice to cancel a meeting. In fact, the act only requires such a notice when a public body changes the schedule of its regular meetings. One of the more contentious accusations Brindley made was that the board was in charge of Henyard's appointment of Keith Freeman as village administrator. However, video evidence demonstrates that although a motion for Freeman's appointment was made, it was not seconded and thus failed. Still, Henyard proceeded with the appointment despite the board's apparent disapproval. Additionally, Henyard misrepresented Jason House's power to sign checks. According to the Cook County Circuit Court and the village rules, the House was in fact permitted to do check signing. Rather than addressing the fundamental problems and offering a strong defense against the growing accusations, Riley's claim that Henyard's personal lawyer could halt specific actions was deceptive because the courts, not Henyard's lawyers, have the power to make those decisions. Henyard's lawyers appeared more interested in assigning blame without substantiating their claims. Concerns whether they are really focused on addressing Henyard's legal issues and how effective they are as defense lawyers. Henyard did not attend the meeting last week, but the Dalton trustees have continued to work without him. They met in the Dalton Fieldhouse to discuss the village's financial future. Once a close, the crowd greeted Stanley Brown with warmth. A village board member named ally of Henyard had not gone to her. During a recent special board meeting, he made a big showing. Some residents encouraged me to attend, while others advised me not to, saying that I was there for all of the residents. According to Brown, this meeting was held only a week after Henyard attempted to call her own unofficial meeting without a quorum and named new village attorney and administrator appointments. However, trustee Jason House dismissed the meeting as unofficial, stating that the appointments were not approved by the board. Public criticism, increasing legal pressure, and village board members continuing to operate without her as Tiffany Henyard's defense lawyers fight to keep her safe, the town of Dalton is left to pick up the pieces of a governance crisis that doesn't seem to be abating. Their political future is on the line. People are wondering whether Henyard's tenure in office is coming to an end because Saga keeps posing more questions than she can answer.
Regularly scheduled Board of Trustees meeting was canceled because there weren't enough trustees present. But Mayor Tiffany Henyard still showed up and appointed a new village administrator and a new village attorney.
As the village trustees attempt to address the financial crisis facing their community, Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dalton, has been at the center of a number of scandals in recent months. These scandals, which range from financial mismanagement to accusations of personal misconduct, have captured the attention of both political observers and the people of the village, leading many to question the leadership of their beleaguered mayor. Henyard's actions and her legal defense are increased scrutiny, casting doubt on her capacity to continue running the town. At a recent trustees meeting, a number of important topics were covered, including the municipality's financial crisis and possible layoffs. The village is struggling financially, and trustee Jason House brought up the possibility of another round of layoffs if needed. A dispute with the village's bank, which issued a 60-day notice owing to signature discrepancies, was one of the primary issues brought up during the meeting. The bank intervened when Henyard allegedly refused to sign many checks totaling millions of dollars. In response to allegations of misusing village finances, the trustees temporarily suspended reimbursements for elected officials and workers' travel and meals. The following, in addition to financial worries, people have been expressing their displeasure with Henyard's leadership and advocating for her dismissal during the meeting while the trustees were away. Approved a temporary prohibition on travel and food reimbursements, changed the requirements for check signature, and issued 18 company licenses that had been halted under the Henyard's administration, among other important decisions. Louis Lacey, the deputy police chief, faces federal bankruptcy fraud charges, despite the board's decision to finalize a new fireman contract through 2027, which blamed earlier bargaining failures on Henyard's influence. Behavior. Many guests expressed their annoyance with Henyard's absence and leadership style, which made her presence and influence even more noticeable. Henyard's administration's management of the village's finances is one of the main problems. Henyard acknowledged a $2 million budget gap, but many trustees think the true deficit is much higher. She has been accused of financial mismanagement, with detractors saying she has mismanaged public monies, resulting in a substantial budget deficit. Significantly higher, and the Henyard's administration has further damaged public confidence in her leadership by refusing to reveal spending information in defiance of state transparency regulations, with numerous residents and trustees demanding greater accountability. Henyard's purportedly lavish spending has made the village's financial problems worse. The VP9 revealed that between July and November 2023, Henyard and her administration spent tens of thousands of public funds on opulent purchases, such as the first luxurious cuisine, a personal shopping spree, and class flights, a 5-day trip to Austin, Texas, where Henyard and her top aides cost more than $220,000 of taxpayer funds, was one of the most egregious instances of wasteful spending. The invoices showed expensive restaurants, high-end hotel stays, and purchases of athletic riding clothing. These expenditures have angered locals, who are doubting Henyard's capacity to carefully manage public finances, and financial scandals have only contributed to the rising. Concerns over Henyard's leadership. Henyard has come under fire not only for the budget imbalance and her lavish spending, but also for failing to address local businesses' licensing concerns. One such enterprise, after being charged by the town with selling alcohol without a license, Lawrence Gardner's trucking business has been shut down since January 2023. Gardner disputes these allegations and has won a court case in his favor, and he believes that the Henyard's administration may have targeted. He was chosen for additional reasons, especially because, despite the growing controversy, local business owners were asked to give $3,500 to the village soon after she assumed office. In a statement to the public at a recent village board meeting, Henyard remained stubborn and accused her detractors of attacking her politically. She presented herself as the target of a smear campaign and insisted that the accusations against her were motivated by politics, but minimized the severity of the financial crisis and the fiscal deficit. The public's outrage has been further heightened by Henyard's decision to throw an $85,000 party for the Taste of Thoron Township event despite facing significant budget cuts, a claim that trustees later refuted by revealing that the deficit was much larger than Henyard had reported. The event, which cost $50,000 and featured performances by R&B singer Key Wyatt and rapper Jay Holiday. Residents accused Henyard of using public funds to enhance her reputation, and many questioned the need for such extravagant spending in the midst of a financial crisis. While the financial scandals are concerning, they are not the only cause for concern. The performers alone were criticized by critics, including former Dolphin trustee Valerius Stubbs, who called the event a failure with only about 70 attendees. The Henyard's administration has been under investigation for allegedly misusing public monies for private benefits since January 2023. Uncovered that, in just the first 5 months of the year, Henyard and her crew had already charged over $67,000 to township credit cards for out-of-town travel, including trips to New York, Atlanta, and Portland, raising more concerns about her use of public monies. The issues pertaining to Henyard have also affected her inner circle. Aid is Heard's top. Henyard has maintained his innocence despite federal prosecutors accusing Keith Freeman of bankruptcy fraud. She has Freeman working for her in Dalton and Thornton Township, where she is also in charge. A pivotal figure in Henyard's administration, Freeman frequently defends her actions and handles delicate matters on her behalf. His involvement in the ongoing scandals has only served to increase the perception of corruption within the administration as its financial and legal issues worsen. The administration is currently facing a civil lawsuit involving allegations of sexual assault essay during a work trip to Las Vegas. The lawsuit, filed in April 2024, names both Henyard and a village trustee as defendants. The plaintiff, a former assistant, claims that the trustee assaulted her during the trip. The case details are extremely concerning, as the assistant claims that she was drugged and assaulted following a dinner with the trustee. Further complicating the case is a separate complaint filed by Officer Brian Miles, who is a member of Henyard's $1 million security team. Despite these accusations and the mounting court cases, Henyard has persisted in defending her actions, claiming that she is the object of a political attack, claiming that the trustee boasted about the assault during a FaceTime chat. Vendetta's hiring of notorious attorney Bo Brimley, who has defended well-known clients, including R. Kelly's manager, has only heightened the uproar surrounding her administration. Brimley's dubious legal strategies and prior involvement in light of the ongoing headlines surrounding the Henyard scandals, many citizens are wondering if her tenure as mayor is coming to an end. Cases of witness tampering and fraud have generated questions about the kind of defense Henyard is getting ready to present. There is strong public opposition to Henyard in Dalton, with many clamoring for her to be removed from office. The village trustees have already started to take action to limit her authority, and the ongoing legal disputes will probably just increase the pressure on her administration. Calling for accountability for the misappropriation of public funds and resigning a warning about what can occur when public leaders are not held responsible for their acts is provided by the Dalton incident. What do you think about Henyard's conduct and the ongoing problems surrounding her? Her stint as mayor has been controversial, and as more information about her administration's financial and legal issues becomes available, her leadership's future is still up in the air. Does the story have more to it, or did she step down? Please leave a comment below with your opinions, and remember to hit the notification and like and subscribe. For additional updates on this evolving topic, follow bell.